Hi everyone, welcome to Trippin Tuesdays. This is our second episode where we talk about everything travel. So this week I'm going to actually talk about passports. And as I do this segment, there's a lot of things that pertain to now, and then there's going to be a lot of things that will be changing and going back to normal. As you may know, there are a lot of restrictions right now on traveling due to COVID-19. So first things first, people want to know, how can I apply for a passport? There are a lot of people who have never been on a plane. They've never left the country. So the first thing you need to do is apply for a passport. Now, I'm going to give you guys a website. It is eforms.state.gov. On that website, you can go ahead and fill in the DS-11 form. So you can fill it in and then print that out. Or you can just print the form and then fill it out like by handwriting, and then you can go in person and apply. Now you want to make sure that at the bottom where it has you sign, you want to wait till you're actually live in front of the person at your appointment to go ahead and sign. So right now, you cannot apply for a passport. So as I'm teaching you guys these things, these are as upcoming travel advisories go down and go back to normal. So if you guys have a trip maybe in August, September, October, you want to fill out your form a lot earlier because they're very, very behind. They're very backed up and they're barely processing any right now because they cannot allow their employees to work from home due to confidentiality reasons. So those are the two ways you can fill out your form. If you are a first-time passport holder, or if you are under the age of 16, or if you got your first passport while under the age of 16, you'll have to apply in person. Now, places that you can apply are like the post office. You can apply, I wrote a few of them down. You can apply at the, sorry, I just lost it. At the county clerk. Or the clerk of courts, and you can always apply at the library as well. Now, I suggest as the next few weeks and next few months, you call either of these places and make sure that they have someone that you can apply, that's actually an accepting facility, and that they're actually a valid place, because you don't want to just drive there and then waste your time. There are also passport agencies. So I'm based in Detroit. Here in Detroit, we do have an agency. Before that, with the closest one to us was Chicago. So in select cities around the U.S., there are actually passport agency centers where you can actually make an appointment and get it a little quicker and go get it done there. Now, sorry, I'm just looking at all my notes. Now, you want to make sure also if your passport has ever been damaged. I have a friend who went all the way, was trying to get to Bali and made it to some country in Asia. And because his passport had been torn while he was here in the U.S., he actually was not allowed to continue his flight itinerary to Bali. He had to come all the way back home, and he did not get any refunds. So you want to make sure if your passport is damaged, you also get that taken care of before you go ahead and proceed with your travel plans. Now, as far as what you'll need to get your passport, you'll need a valid form of proof of citizenship. So some valid forms could be like your naturalization form. It could be your birth certificate. Once again, call the centers before you go to make sure if you have a specific document that they will accept it. You'll also need a front and back copy of your driver's license or your ID card. Now, you'll also need passport photos. So there's a variety of ways you can get passport photos done right now. You can get them done anywhere from Costco to Sam's to FedEx to UPS, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid. You can also get them done by several apps on your phone that will allow you to take the picture and then it'll crop it to the 2x2 portrait that they need, and then you can go fill it out at any of those places like Walmart or CVS. Now, when you're going to like a CVS and a Walgreens, they're going to be around $15. Same thing with UPS and FedEx. But there's a variety of locations. You can get them done at Walmart, ranging about $7. On the apps, they're ranging about $4, and then it'll be like 33 cents or less than 50 cents to print them out when you get to the store. Now, as far as fees, they'll take anything like cash, credit, money order, or even a personal check. Now, original fees are for your first passport book will be $110, and then there's a $35 execution fee. If you want a passport card, which is really cool, I have one of those, you'll be able to use that on cruises and some other forms of land travel. That's an extra $30 with a $35 fee as well. Now, you can get both of them combined and it'll save you a little money. So a passport card and a passport book will cost you $140, but you'll only be paying that $35 fee once. So that's where you'll be saving the money. As far as renewals, they are the exact same prices. Now, as far as times, they used to be able to expedite them if you needed it for less than 2 weeks. If your travel was 4 to 6 weeks out, you were okay to just do the regular application. However, due to COVID-19, they're not really processing anything right now. So I'm giving you guys some information that you can use later as you start planning your travel and things start going back to normal. If you did need to expedite it, that's an extra $60, I believe. I wrote it on here somewhere, but it's an extra $60. Now, for right now, they are only processing passports for life and death circumstances and for travel in less than 72 hours. So that would be if somebody is hospitalized, if you got to leave the country to see an ill loved one, maybe like a husband or a grandmother or a child. So they are processing those, and that's the only thing that they're utilizing their staff for at this moment. Now, we have a Detroit Passport Agency here, like I said. You can apply there for a $60 fee in person, and that's for travel or 1 week of, less than 1 week of before your itinerary, before your travel time. You'll need your application, and you'll also need your itinerary if you do go on site. Now, I do suggest that you guys call any facility that you're going to, whether it's to go in and get your application done, whether it's to go in and have a passport photo done. As you may well know, you've been to many Walmarts and many CVS's where the photo machine is down, or they just don't even have the staff right now to take a photo. So as things go back to normal, make sure you make a phone call before you start running around the city and trying to get this stuff done. I did want to give you guys a website. It's called passport-photo.online. That's where you can go ahead and take a picture. It'll actually, if you had a selfie, an image, it would actually blur out the entire background, make it a white background, which is what's needed for a passport photo. And that'll be the downloadable image that you can take to a Walmart or Rite Aid or CVS or Walgreens, wherever you choose to get it printed. So that's a handy website because they have guarantees, and it's only $4.99, and you can print out the photo for 33 cents at most of the stores. I also wanted to give you another website. It's called passportstatus.state.gov. That's where you'll go if you've already submitted your application in the coming weeks and you're wondering, has it even been looked at? The number also to that center is 1-877-487-2278. Now, that number is also the same number that you would call if you just had general questions about passports. I know many of you are going to start calling to say, hey, can we travel? Hey, what do I need to have done? Can I apply for a passport? So that would be the same number. You can also go to npic@state.gov. So all in all, right now, travel is kind of at a minimum. You can travel domestically, but you cannot travel internationally unless it's a life or death situation. Each state will have their own requirements, and each country will have its own requirements about travel into and travel out of that country. Same thing with state-by-state basis. So as your state is opening up and the travel advisory is lessened, you might want to contact them before proceeding. I think those were all of my notes that I had for you guys. I am going to go ahead and stay on here for like another minute. I might just go through and see if anybody asked any questions in the comments. A bunch of people are waving. Hello to everyone. Yes, a friend of mine, Magda, is saying original documents are accepted only. Exactly. So don't make any copies. Don't go with anything signed there. If you have a specific case, like an immigration where you weren't born here, you were naturalized here, make sure you call before so you can know what the appropriate documents are, or before you're going to apply. If you're at a post office or if you're at a FedEx, see what they need. If you have children and you want to know, are you allowed to just get them a passport? Call and make sure to find out exactly what forms are needed to have that release form signed by one parent if both are not going to be present. So there are many circumstances where the forms will change, where the proof of citizenship will change, where you might have to have parties present if you're talking about a minor. So make sure you call before you go. This IGTV series for this week was kind of just if you're the first-time passport holder, you want to get one for the first time, or you had one when you were younger, under the age of 16. So it's kind of just guiding you of the normal steps, and about normally how long it would take, normally where you'd want to get a photo done, normally where you'd go apply. But as you know, everything's kind of varied right now. So just make sure you call. You can do a quick Google search from wherever you're at, and it will tell you what is the nearest passport center. You can go on the state.gov website, and it will also direct you to the nearest center to go ahead and apply and to get your pictures taken and submit your application. So I don't think there are any more questions. I think that's it. So I want to keep this short and sweet. So that's going to be it for episode 2, all about passports. I probably will revisit this topic as the travel advisory is listed as the weeks go on, to kind of just tell you how things are going to be normally again. This is just kind of how they are right now. And make sure you guys tune in every Tuesday at 8 for all the travel tips. And if you guys have any specific travel questions or any topics that you want me to touch on in the coming weeks, make sure to DM me and let me know. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.